stretch position. I'll move this if I have to here a bit, but I think that's okay. What do we got here? Pull-up bar, move that. Good. Let's do the mat so I don't blend into the ground here. So people at the gym think I blend into the ground. I will keep wearing clothes or that blend into the wall too, which is not untrue. All right. Wide side split here. Let's get that going. Let's move some doors around. There we go. This will be your check here, right? Our hinge and our long reach and breathe. So like I was just saying a little bit ago, I'm warmed up, so feeling pretty good. So I'm hoping this is a record-breaking flexible performance here. The post-sauna stretch here, so warmed up, not too exerted. A little bit dehydrated though, so I guess I gotta work on that one. Get some water in there. All right, and then side bend, since we're here. Less for the splits here, or that front splits, I should say. More for the lats, the QL, the hamstrings. And use the breathing. All right, but it kind of feels like a sauna outside anyways at certain times of the day, so I think we're all able to get a little bit warmed up there. All right, keep that reach if you got the toe. If not, reach for it. Other hand comes across your body, and then like you're reaching across towards that toe as well. Keep the breathing going, about 3 or 4 more deep inhales and longer exhalations if you can. There you go. All right, perfect. And let's go into a, let's call it a front lunge hip flexor stretch, which this will turn a little bit more into a front splits here as we go. Even though like I think in a true front splits, you are gonna have a lot of extension in the spine. Let's try to not do that extension in the spine so we can work a lot on the hip flexor muscles here. Right, your quads, psoas, all that good stuff. And then depending on how that feels here, feel free to keep leaning in there, get that angle from that knee, hip, almost going up all the way towards the shoulders there. And then breathe. And I'm just going to keep sneaking my leg in front a little bit. You do want to think that that knee staying planted into the ground, shooting that way. And then this knee is going that way here. So we're open up the hips, right? Creating traction in both those directions here. And then breathe it out once you find a nice tight stretchy spot. What's going on, Jody?
Hi.
Hey. And then as we inch forward here, if you can find your hands at your side, that'd be good. And then if you can almost take that front foot into a bit of a hamstring stretch there as I'm wiggling through there. Reach to that heel. So as you can see, we're heading closer and closer to that front lunge. For me, I'm keeping this butt cheek tight, this glute here that's down on the right, so that I can keep my spine square so I'm not rotating. And again, breathe it out. I think there's only one time during the sauna that I overstretched. I do remember that. Not at Axis, it was somewhere else. Only good stuff happens at Axis here. Yellow tier. We're in the yellow tier. Exciting. All right, slowly creep it back. All right. This reminds you of, everyone should visit Colin's bottle shop here. Front lunge forward, featured on CBS, local news. Go ahead and lean forward there. Breathe. Keep that lunge position there. And then again, get that angle where you got that knee, hip, shoulder right there. So we're not going for too much arch there. A lot of hip flexor, that psoas, you're breathing. You're smiling, thinking happy thoughts here, feeling good. Good. I was working with this kid that He's coming off a ankle break, so his ankle's really tight. And then, a big part of it was like, he's like, it feels, you get to these new ranges of motion, but having him relax through that was like such a big deal, which is usually just taking a deep breath. So I think that's a good way to check it, right? If you can't take a deep breath in that range, then maybe, reel it back a little bit. Reel it back. All right, now let's get into that front splits here. Reach into that heel. I like to wiggle it through there. There we go. Oh yeah, looking good, folks. The limbs over here on me are looking pretty lengthy here. Yeah, I don't really don't wear pants too often. I'm a big shorts guy, so I'm not sure what the sizing is. Something disproportionate though. I'm thinking 32, 33. I don't know. Lengthwise though, but I'm not sure what the waist is. I know it's not a 28. I was looking into some cool shorts a couple weeks ago. Leopard in nature, actually leopard. Well, I don't know. It was leopard or cheetah. I can't tell the difference between the different animal prints. It wasn't giraffe though. All right, folks, good. Whew, shake that out, move it around a little bit. Let's go hands, knees, toes tucked. Extend, and then flex here. Yeah, that's the thing with online shopping, right? I mean, it's so easy to buy. It's a few clicks. Obviously, with Amazon, you can just do the one click, done, boom. Then you got 4 pairs of cheetah shorts that you can't even wear. Hasn't happened to me, but just saying. Or even with the Apple Pay, which I love, you just put the phone on there, put the card on there. Something pops up on Instagram. There you go. All right, here you go. Back leg straight to get the pigeon stretch. Bring that leg across here. The glutes for the hips. This will be good for the squats and the splits, both of them. But yeah, let's talk about things that are good though. The coolest new mini different product that we found on that I love, that I never knew I wanted, which we use all the time now. This thing called Cocoa Floss. So it's floss made with coconuts. So like the green advantage of that is that it's just disintegrates, right? It's biodegradable. Very nice. The other big part about it is like just the floss quality is way better, meaning like it makes the other floss seem really thin and non-comparable. So it kind of sucks because then now I just don't want to use other floss. I want the cocoa floss. They come in different flavors. There's strawberry, obvious favorite. All right, it's going to switch to the other side. So there you go. All right, leg across there. I got some friends that I have that make fun of me for liking strawberry things, Davidson. Ice cream mainly. It's just my favorite ice cream. I like it. Way better than vanilla. Way better than chocolate. It's a close one to chocolate. But like 10 times better than like Oreo or cookies and cream. Oh my God. Can't stand those. Can't stand those. Are you an Oreo fan, Jody? I bet you are.
Yeah, definitely.
I knew it. A Rocky Road. Put a marshmallow in there.
No.
God.
Gag.
It out here, folks.
Sergio doesn't know what he's talking about.
There you go. He speaks. You bring up ice cream, he gets serious. All right. That, even though that's true about ice cream, maybe that's just what I like. I'm into it. All right. Let's see if we go from that into front splits, but it'll be inner thigh going out. So if you can turn your toes out. This could be the frog stretch in yoga. And when you rock back or push your hips back, you want to feel that you're arching your spine, right? You're more in that not cat, but the other one, the camel, with that extension, the cow, the moo. All right, that's another big strawberry one is the Quick, aka kind of like the Hershey syrup. We had Quick. That was what had a rabbit on it. Oh, you didn't like the strawberry one? It's super good. There you go. That's how you know You're not from the old country, Jody. You don't like strawberry flavored like drinks.
No.
It's very American. Not liking it, that is. Breathe it out. Maybe it's different. One more here. All right. So just with those few stretches, let's circle back to that front splits here. Inner thigh. Let's see if we have any progress on that. Reaching forward. Oh, so much easier now. Breathe it out. But yeah, I think sometimes flavors of stuff change though. I think I don't drink soda, but like I think there was a new Coke for a while, like a new Coca-Cola, and then people got mad and they went back to the old Coca-Cola. That's like a very well documented one. I'm just fizzy water though all day, and there is different qualities there. So the Topo Chico, that one's at the top right there. I just think that one's hilarious because it's imported water from Mexico, right? So you're like, you go to Mexico, they're like, don't drink the water. But then, we're over here, we're importing the water from Mexico. It's better. It's super tasty.
But it's super expensive.
How much is your health worth, Jody?
Oh, God.
Breathe it out. It's water. It is. It's imported. That's why. Let's go back to that side split there. But they used to have those only in, what do you call it? In glass bottles, but they just started having them in plastic bottles. So maybe that brings the price down a little bit. Yeah, it's true. It's Chevron right there in Menlo Park. I'll get you one.
I feel like that defeats the whole purpose.
No, it's good bubbles. It's the whole purpose, Jody. Good bubbles. Good bubbles, clean water. But yeah, I get it. Not using the plastics, right? The other stuff. Phytoestrogens. I got it. All right, other side there. There's no winning. Maybe it's made of coconuts. Who knows? I got to figure that out. I'll look into it. So many things to worry about here. All right, make sure we're on side B as far as rotating here. I think we're seeing some progress. This is good. All right, good. And let's go for that front lunge, AKA going to that front splits here again for our round 2. Keep the tuck, get the crunch, lean into it. So usually I do like this if we're just doing a true, hip flex or lunge stretch, working on the quad. But for this particular one, I think leaning into it, getting some length that way is going to be beneficial. And especially, adjusting, having that knee back so that you anchor that knee down. That's your pivot point. Then you lean in forward. Then you start breathing, imagining that opening up, and then creeping or slowly letting that front foot go forward until you find yourself in a spot where you can let that leg reach forward or go into like a slight hamstring stretch here. So then we got hamstrings and we got hip flexor, double dipping, bang for our buck there. There we go. I remember one year my not so subtle, thinking of Mother's Day here, a week late, was I got my mom doesn't drink water too well, so she has like she has coffee. She was coffee all the time. She got coffee at night, coffee, right? So it's dehydrating also, but she can have that all the time. So I was like, you need to drink water. You need to nag, right? That's me. And then, so I just get her a case of Smart Water. Not so subtle for Mother's Day. Kind of feel bad about it now, but it was with good intent. Like it wasn't like a snide thing. It wasn't like the vacuum cleaner, on Christmas thing, but it was, it's pretty close. All right, back to the front lunge on the other side here. But yeah, I do wonder what happened to that water. Big Costco case of Smart Water. It does taste better. I like Smart Water also. If it's regular water, it's Smart Water, or Axis Water, which is obviously, or Topo Chico. That might be it. All right, front lunge here. I've tried the, what do you call it? The Soda Streams. Fantastic gift. Loved it. Mallory's awesome. She got it. But the only thing is you got to just keep refilling those canisters. That's the hard part. All righty. Back to side A of this hip flexor stretch here. Let's go more into working with that hamstring instead of hip flexor. So now you're going to adjust in this 90-90 position here. Leg goes out and then rock back, hamstring, rock forward, rock back, hamstring, rock forward. So we're just working on getting that leg straight and reaching through this heel here in this position. That could be down, that could be up, whatever you're comfortable with there. That could be holding on to something. But we're just getting some active movement to drive a little bit more flexibility in this position here. Nice. All right, 2 more there. But yeah, it blows me away that bottled water, I don't know, wasn't a thing since, what was it, 80s, 70s? I'm not sure. Get 1 more. I think the next thing, it's going to switch sides here, is to bottle air, right? We kind of do that anyway. So isn't it oxygen when you have those little oxygen bars that they have those? But you could just have like a little canister, like 5-hour energy, but it's just air. I'm thinking the brain's brewing here. This is post sauna brain. This is when I think I have all the best ideas, and then I think about it later, and they're not. All right, folks, perfect. Let's go back to that front splits, bent leg, aka the frog. See how far you get those knees out. See how deep you can get there. This one I do like the contract, relax, right? Pressing your knees in, push, push, push into the ground, and then relax. Let them open up, and then rock back. Push, 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 and relax, press them back. Breathing, crucial on this. But this one's one that helps a lot with the front splits as well as squats here, especially if you're squatting wide, right? Since the inner thigh, the adductors, those big inner thigh muscles will not get in the way, won't keep you bound up. Don't be your own resistance. All right, folks, very nice. Let's go into the 90-90 here, or another pigeon. Either one is fine. I'm going to go 90-90. Bent leg in front, that's 190. Bent leg in back, that's the other 90. It's not quite 90, but the angles are the same on both sides if you can. So this one, you're on that front leg, you're rotating, you're turning your hips towards your shin, and then you're leaning in. And then you should feel a stretch on the glute on that side, on that front leg there. Keep adjusting forward. And if you can, press down into the ground with that front knee. So that knee's pushing into the ground. You're driving down. It's press, 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 press. Relax, let off the gas a little bit, and then lean back in. Press, 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 press. Relax, lean off the gas. And then 1 more. Push, 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 push. Nice, and then now just get a full lean into it there. Should have loosened up a bit. So we kind of just get rid of a little bit of that initial nervous system tension there. All right, so then just for the squats here, we'll work with a little bit of that internal rotation. So we're already, just by turning this way, I'm working on the internal rotation as long as there's no pinch. I like to grab the shin here, hamstring too, and then lean into it. It's almost like a side bend if you can. Lean into it as long as it's not feeling pinchy. Same idea. Breathe, long inhale, press down into the ground with that knee. Push, 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 push. Relax, let off of it a little bit. Push, 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 push. Relax, let off a little bit. Here we go, 1 more time. Press, 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 press. Awesome, good. All right, folks, if you can, see if you can adjust to the other side here. No hands, if you want to try that. Whoop. Nice. And then we're leading into that front leg, right? The glutes. Again, think about leaning into it, turning the hips. That's coming along. Push down with that knee into the ground. Breathe it out. Push, 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 push. Then relax off it a little bit there. Good. Keep working for it. Push, 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 push. And then ease off it. Looking good, folks. Way to stick with it. Stretching is tough. Then push, 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 push. And got it. Good. And now just lean into that front side. Breathe. And we'll do that same sequence of working on the internal rotators by just turning towards that back leg, right? Turning towards it. Little shin grab, little ham grab. Turn into it. Side bend. Breathe there. If it feels painful for whatever reason, just try to wiggle around, undo that position. But if you're fine, just hang in there. This one's less of like a deep stretch feel. It's more of just like you get there, and then for me, I feel like kind of just an end feel, we'll call it, right? It just doesn't move anymore, and that's fine. But if you do want to get some more movement out of it, if you can keep this knee down, that front knee, and you can lift that foot up, that's even driving more internal rotation. So for me, I gotta manually do it like that, or you can kind of get some lift off there. I know. If nothing happens, just stare at your foot and tell it to do something. That's a good start. It is. Not even kidding. Do it all the time. You do this while you're conversing with people, over Zoom, or you just set up the camera really close. All right, perfect, folks. Let's unwind out of there. Let's see how deep we can stick with our squats here. So if you can, let's go deep squat there. Sit into it wherever that is for you. I'm down here. I'm flat-footed. If you are on your toes for whatever reason, I would just widen out until you can be on your heels. But if you're on your heels and you have a fairly narrow stance, try to hang there, pry around a little bit. If you elbows between the knees, we got a flexible crowd here today. Experience stretchers here. And then, try to think about getting some extension in the spine and then pressing out with those elbows in the inner thigh. So we've really been working on all the muscle groups surrounding the hips here. I love the movement just because that way you can just feel just how the hips feel in this position. And then try to turn your toes in a little bit. Let that big toe root into the ground. That's big. I think most of us are on the heels. And then keep that movement going. And then let's do that blooming onion thing where you just slowly come up out of that squat, which I think helps you solidify that mobility we just created there. Oh, I got some air. This is a tough spot. God, out of there. Nice. Check your feet. Try to look where that is. Let's try to turn your toes a little bit more in and then just drop back into that same squat as deep as you can. So we'll play around with the stance a little bit, right? There's different types of squats and different type of squat stances. So elbows between the knees or grab the toes and then pull yourself down. Just imagine that. And just see how close you are to stay in that same spot. If your toes automatically rotate out, that's fine. You're just finding more space, but just keep those knees lined up in that same position. So for me, they do that a bit, but I'm working on keeping them down there and rooted. Sitting back, coming forward over the toes with my ankle or my heel down. That's going to work my calves, my soleus. All right. Speaking of soleus, here's Sal. He's got a lot of soleus here. Side to side. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Sounds like a good thing though, right?
It does.
Sounds good.
Comes from a good place.
It comes from a great spot. Yep. All right. Keep the posture here. All right. So now if you want to work more on getting your inner thigh adductors, if you're a wide squatter there, then I would widen out the feet, right? And then dig out of it that way. If you are more into some narrow squatting or working on your quads. Then I would go toes straight and then come out of it that way, right? So you come up here and then sit right back down. This is the quad one for me. And if you're more of a wide squatter, inner thigh worker or stretcher, then out that way. Both are fine. They both work. They're just a little bit different, right? It's toes out versus toes straight and hips back, right? If you're not sure, if you're sampling, if you're experimenting, as we do in college, is that they say, right? Some people experiment with their squats in college. I did. I know I did. Yep, you get it. He's got it. Goes. Or different deadlift stances, right? You can do a sumo, you can be a conventional stance. Sometimes you just switch it up, right? Switch hitters, right? Some people just change it up. See how they feel. What would that be called? I think that'd be called deadlift fluid. Deadlift fluid. Very deadlift fluid, Pendulum around, What a concept. I'm so excited about that. All right, here we go. Last squat here. Don't make it weird. Keep it going. Few more.
What do you fancy yourself nowadays? More of like a sumo?
I'm totally conventional. I tried sumo for a little bit. There's just a lot of inner thigh. Just didn't feel right. I got it. And then, so I went full circle. I started conventional, went sumo, back to it. All right. But squats, that's where it's a little bit different. I used to be a toe out squatter, a little bit more hinge. But now I'm kind of more into toe straight, and then it's gonna be less depth. So it's gonna be right around here. So that's where I'm at. Things change. We evolve. We're people, right? All right, a little bit of shoulder, chest, neck stretching to finish. Keep the shoulders back. Get tall. Stay proud. Get that head tilt. There we go. Integrating head to toe here. We got it all. Oh yeah, I feel like we can talk squats, deads, and all sorts of other fun stuff and combine them with real issues at the same time. All night here. But there's got to be a limit, right? There's got to be a limit. Just a little bit. We can keep building off of it. Head back, breathe. Head tilt sideways and then chin up there. Yeah, then there's unilateral squatters, right? So people just squat with one leg. The anti-squatters, I'm sure. All right, roll the shoulders around a little bit. Shake it out, get loose. Feel free to hit some more squats, splits here, since we already made some good progress there for the night. All right. But I will let you go. Thank you so much, folks. It was great.
Amazing. Thank you.
A lot of fun.